Kings, y'all look good. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ron Gilbert.
And I'm Karen Vaughn, and yes, they do. What a way to start off the program.
Absolutely. Great video. Well, I'll briefly tell you a little bit about myself. I've been involved with the Bloom Project now for about 4 years. And it has been an organization that has impacted various communities through mentorship, college readiness, and just preparing them to become the great men that their families intend them to be. That being said, you'll learn a lot more about the Bloom Project as the program continues, but I'd like to introduce my co-host, Ms. Karen Vaughn. Media personality, girl power activist, and influential leader are just some of the words to describe Karen Vaughn. While she's graced the airwaves in major markets like Philadelphia, Miami, Cleveland, and Washington, D.C., her relatable and confident voice is currently heard on Indianapolis Heritage Radio 1, UAC station 106.7 WTLC. Karen fills every workday with real, fun, and fab content from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. She transcends topics in entertainment, news, and informs, entertains, and inspires as she connects with her loyal listeners on the air and digitally. Her style and expertise have earned the ears of her peers and mentors as her radio show received the nomination for Urban Radio Personality Show. Karen also serves as operations manager for Radio 1 Indianapolis, overseeing the day-to-day programming operations for 106.7 WTLC, AM 1310, The Light, Hot 96.3, Radio Now 100.9, and La Grande 105.1. Under her leadership, 106.7 WTLC is ranked the 7th adult R&B radio station in the nation, and 106.7 and Hot 96.3 and AM 1310, The Light, were ranked top 10 in digital engagement of all media outlets in Indianapolis. And I'll add, those are my go-to stations, so I can attest to the greatness of those radio stations. Karen has been has earned my ear as well. I can hear her right now on the radio as I listen in and listen into 96.3 and 106.7. So I was excited to be here today to be her co-host.
Well, thank you so much, Ron, and thank you for that introduction. I'm really excited to be here. The Bloom Project is near and dear to my heart because when you think of kings, you think of leaders, you think of servers, you think of those that are pushing the agenda, the city, and our community forward. And these young men are definitely blazing a trail through the mentorship, the college readiness, and just life skills that they are receiving at the Bloom Project. And I am a boy mom to my heart, so I understand the preparedness that our young men need going out to the world, and the earlier, the better. So thank you to everyone at the Bloom Project for all the amazing work that they're doing with our young kings throughout the Indianapolis area and beyond. And Ron, let me tell you, you are doing amazing things as well. You have been a mentor at the Bloom Project for young men 12 to 18 years old. They provide our young men with character development, career exploration, and we know how that is at a young age, trying to figure out what you want to do and why. College preparedness, service project, and group mentoring. We have 3 signature programs at the Bloom Project, which include Project King, Royal Mentality, because that is important, and our annual event, King's Feast Symposium. Now, this afternoon, you'll learn more about the Bloom Project and the impact that we're making virtually. I would like to thank you for coming out because you could be anywhere else this afternoon, but you chose to be here with us. So this day is a show of gratitude to our sponsors for believing in our vision, our community partners for collaborating, and our parents for investing in your sons in this great way, and the Kings for investing yourself and being open to learning new possibilities. Now I will introduce my co-host, Mr. Ron Gilbert. He is an Indianapolis Royal Mentality Director. Professionally, he is a complex litigation attorney for Lewis Wagner LLP. Ron focuses his practice on defending professional liability, products liability, class action, and consumer protection matters. A skilled communicator, Ron secures desirable outcomes and solutions by developing a rapport with fellow practitioners, volunteers, and partners. Ron has earned his BS in legal studies from Indiana University Bloomington and his JD from Indiana University Robert H. McKinney School of Law. Now, when he has spare time, he enjoys spending time with his wife, mentoring, playing the violin, and teaching lift fit group exercise and classes, including extreme hip hop and trap cycle. And I know I need to come and see you one day, Ron, really soon to work out because it sounds like it's a lot of fun.
Look, come on through, Karen. It is a lot of fun, but we'll get you together and we'll talk offline. Thank
Yes.
you again for introducing me, Ms. Karen Vaughn. I'm excited to be your co-host for this evening. We will now have words from our board of directors member, Mr. Brandon Randall.
Thank you, Ron, for that introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brandon Randall, and I'm a member of the board of directors. And I am so excited to be here with you all today as we join in collective celebration of 4 amazing kings. These are kings of the Bloom Project. We have Davion, Dion, Faison, and Everroll. You know, the mission of the Bloom Project is simple. It's building youth into the next generation of future leaders in their community. And that is what we are highlighting on today. You know, I've been a part of the Bloom Project for quite some time. It's about 9 years now. And these are the moments that remind us of the purpose. These are the moments that we really live for. And we can share with you all who are in attendance today and share with the families of these young kings. You know, these young men have been on a journey through ups and downs and highs and lows and pandemic and academic challenges, so much. But there's one key factor that has not wavered, and that's dedication. They have been dedicated to their community, their family, to Bloom Project, but most importantly to themselves. And we could not be any more prouder. We are so excited for them and for their journey that they are about to venture on. And so what I need is I invite all of you who are here with us today to simply take a moment and give these young kings their love and the adoration that they deserve. To the kings, your journey with the Bloom Project is not ending. It is certainly just beginning. And I want you to know that we will continue to be here for you. We will be here to support you, to encourage you, but most importantly, we will be here to stand beside you. And don't forget it. So let's just take a moment and give these young kings a round of applause. They did it, they made it, and they deserve all of that love. So take a moment, clap for these kings, give them a round of applause, standing ovation if you feel that that's necessary. And then lastly, I do want to make sure to thank all of our community supporters and our sponsors who have made today the day that it is. You know, we couldn't do this work without the love and support from community members and other organizations and our sponsors. It really paints the picture of it takes a village. And that is what we are here today to recognize. And so every person who's ever shared a flyer, made a donation, reposted a social media status, you are a part of the success of this organization, but also a part of celebrating these young 4 kings. And so I thank you. And on behalf of the board, we thank you as well. I hope that you all enjoy the rest of today's celebration. And let's just keep this momentum going and continue to shower and overwhelm these young men with love. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you so much to Mr. Brandon Randall for providing us an understanding of our why to this amazing occasion. Our why is because of our noble level sponsors, Diana Scruggs, the Indianapolis Colts, the Pacers Foundation, Peggy Stevens Williams, the Greater Northeast Indiana chapter of Jack and Jill of America, Inc., Michelle Leaks, Moore Accounting, and Veronica Stephen. They are all believed in the Bloom Project, Inc. from the very beginning, and thank you. Now, let me introduce you to Miss Arnetta Scruggs, the Executive Director and founder of the Bloom Project. Arnetta is a native of Fort Wayne, Indiana. She attended undergrad at Tennessee State University, where she earned her bachelor's in social work and a minor in mass communications. She has a master's from IUPUI in social work. She is the CEO of Chosen One Productions, an event coordinating business. She is a school social worker for Renaissance School, an alternative school for Warren Township Schools. And she is the founder and executive director of the Bloom Project. Arnetta is also a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. She is a member of Alpha Mu Omega chapter right here in Indianapolis, Indiana, where she is the hostess, chair and courtesy chair, and co-chair for the CAP program. Let's welcome, a warm welcome, a strong welcome for Miss Arnetta Scruggs as she gives us the 2021-2022 Bloom Project Review.
Thank you, Karen and Ron. You guys are doing such an amazing job today. Good afternoon, Bloom Project community partners. My name, again, is Arnetta Scruggs, and I am the Executive Director and founder of the Bloom Project. In 2021, I would have never imagined that we would be hosting our Expressions of Gratitude event virtually. In 2011, I would have never imagined that Bloom Project would have impacted over 200 young people in a pandemic. We started the year of the unknown, and now we are embracing our new normal. Our new normal makes us realize our why. It makes us embrace that the Bloom Project has 2 physical locations in Fort Wayne and Indianapolis, Indiana. But now we are now virtually impacting Kings and Hammond, Indiana, Georgia, and Maryland. In 2021 and 2022, our service learning projects, we donated over 100 Easter baskets filled with art supplies and candy to the Julian Center, Holy Family Shelter, and Wheeler Mission in Indianapolis, Indiana. We partnered with Renaissance School during the Thanksgiving holiday and donated turkeys and non-perishable items to over 50 of their families. We ended the year by partnering with our site community partners, Renaissance Point YMCA, Wheeler Dow Boys and Girls Club, Faber Carr Glick Neighborhood Center, by providing meals to over 400 people through our Feed the Hungry service learning projects. We provided families with non-perishable food items, grocery store gift cards, and hot meals. During our programming, we hosted our first summer program in partnership with Purdue Fort Wayne to provide a college experience for our high school male students on a college campus. This was sponsored by Follinger Foundation. We donated school supplies and book bags to 300 students in the Fort Wayne and Indianapolis communities. We continued our monthly Project King workshops virtually, impacting over 100 young males all across the country. We partnered with Voices Corp, New Boy, and Boys to Men to host I Got You Bro, No Cap event. We partnered with Austin Mack, Jalen Smith, EJ, Jesse Bates for the Austin Mack Fest Part 2 to provide families an intimate experience to meet and greet professional athletes while bowling with their fathers or father-like figures on Father's Day. Our high school scholars participated in a college tour to Indiana University, Bloomington. We led a national mentoring month campaign with local youth serving mentoring organizations to discuss the impact of mentoring. We were featured in the Indianapolis Star, Fort Wayne Journal-Gazette, Fort Wayne Ink Spot, Indianapolis Recorder, WTHR 13 with Karen Campbell, WTOC 106.7 on Open Lines with Cameron Riddle, Risk TV on Community Link with Caroline Mays, and B96.9 on the Toya T Show in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We partner with True Colors Indie and Don't Sleep to host True Dialogue 6. This event was sponsored by the African American Legacy Fund. We partner with Alpha Mu Omega chapter in Indianapolis to host a virtual Indiana college tour and university tour, and the Future Black Millionaire, which was a financial literacy youth training workshop. On September 9th, we lost our Bloom Project mentor and my uncle, Gregory L. Stevens. He is the son of the late Ezel Bloom Stevens. He always emphasized family education and his fraternity. And for that, I am grateful that we are able to continue his memory by naming the Bloom Project Scholarship in his name. His legacy will continue to live on. We have partnered with Bigger Than Us for the Easter egg hunt, along with Adam Blakely and the Fort Wayne Housing Authority for their Black school events. We partner with Renaissance School and Warren Township Schools to provide weekly mentoring in their Rise and Soar leadership program. We ask, please spread the word about our upcoming events, the What's Next Conference, which is this Saturday in Indianapolis, Project King Workshop in Fort Wayne on May 7th, Project King Indianapolis on May 20th and the 21st, and our Purdue Fort Wayne College Experience that will take place July 25th and 27th through the 27th. So as we are preparing for the future programming, we will continue a hybrid model, providing in-person and virtual workshops for our kings and our mentors. We would like to thank our Bloom Project Stewart Prince level sponsors, Brian and Lauren Stoffel, Carolyn Byers, Miss Evans, Kevin Doherty, Lapsley Inc., the late Gregory Stevens and Sharon Stevens, Nadrin Buchart, Shanta Everhart, $3 in a Dream, Carol Stevens, Dion Livingston, Destiny Howard, Dr. Joseph Williams Jr., the Ivy Endowment of Alpha Mu Omega Chapter, Nina Stevens, Trademark LLC, Tyrone Walker, Bigger Than Us. We want to thank you for believing. Our why today is that we ask that you donate to the Bloom Project. Today, all of the proceeds will go to our scholarship fund. You can donate by visiting our website at www.bloomprojectinc.org. We also have Cash App, we have Venmo and PayPal. We will definitely put all of that information in the chat. Again, we would like to thank everyone for being present today. Lastly, get involved. Our kings need you, we need you. Volunteers, community partners, we need you. Thank you for continuing the legacy of the Bloom Project. Thank you for continuing the legacy of my grandpa, the late Ezel Bloom Stevens, by being present today. I would like to thank you, thank you, thank you. And now we will continue with a presentation of our high school seniors.
My name is Davion Stokes. I am 17 years old. I currently attend Southside High School in Fort Wayne, Indiana. My favorite thing to do in Fort Wayne is go bowling, or I like to attend, go to Sky Zone, jump around and stuff like that. My greatest accomplishment is, it was recently, I just graduated from this Peacemaker Academy where we talk to each other and we teach each other about nonviolence. So we actually do training courses and stuff like that on how to solve our problems. And yeah, and currently we're trying to bring it in my school. Since my school has a high violence rate, we try to bring that in there and get people to calm down and lower the rate. Things about me, I played football. I played for about 2 years. Another thing about me is I love money. I love getting to the money. I love just the fact of me being a provider and me being a man for my family, because I live with all girls. So I just know if there's a problem, if I gotta go kill a spider, that they run into me. So, yeah. Okay, well, a perfect day in Davion's world would consist of me going to work. Say it's payday, you know, I get paid and I put that money up and I save, and it just me looking at my money stack. I like to, you know, chill with my family, watch movies. I really love to work out. That's another, like if I don't work out today, bad day. Like I gotta get a workout in. If I don't work out in a day, then the day's already off. So a perfect day in my world is just me working out, starting off the morning working out, and then going to work, getting money. My aspirations after graduation is me going straight into the workforce. Cause school, I mean, I like school, I love everything that comes out of it, but I just don't think that's something I want to do straight out of high school. I want to work and stack my money, and then later on down the line, I would like to get a college degree. I've been in the Bloom Project since I was about 13. Yeah, and it all started out with my grandma's telling me and my cousin, go straight to the Y, go to the Y. On Saturday, every other Saturday, go to the Y. And then go into the Bloom Project, y'all supposed to be doing something fun. So me being shy and stuff like that, I go up there and I don't really want to talk like that, but I go there and then we do lots of cool things with education involved as well. So like, even though they make it really fun, which is why I liked it, and which is why I didn't even have to be told to go back. I went back on my own strictly because it was just really fun for me. My favorite activity or conversation in the Bloom Project was when we talk about like networking, which is like how we bring other people in and how we like can keep things flowing within each other. So like basically lifting each other up and stuff like that, because you try to do everything on your own. I mean, you can do it, but it'd be a lot harder, it'd be a lot easier and a lot more fun if you bring other people in and you get to know new names out there and other people. So yeah, most definitely networking. The Bloom Project has helped me to grow with my social skills. I mean, a lot of people might not believe this, but I was very shy. I wasn't really the type to just speak out, raise my hand. But like with them meeting all these new people and giving me these public speaking skills, it was just really helpful to me. Now, like, I have no problem like having a random conversation out with other people at my school. I can go up, I can introduce myself. So they taught me a lot of that. And they gave me a lot of self-confidence too. So yeah. I would tell somebody that's a necessity. You need to join that, because being a young man, you know, say for instance, you don't have your father in your life like that. Like me, I didn't have my father in my life like that. But they teach you a lot of things more than just like, oh, you gotta graduate high school, you gotta do this, you gotta do all this business stuff. But they also teach you how to be manly. Like I remember I went up there one day and I already knew from my stepdad, but they were teaching us how to tie ties. I didn't know like I only knew one way, but they showed me a bunch of different other ways to tie a tie, how to tie a bow tie, all that. So I would say it's a necessity. They need to join it. Good piece of advice. I would say whatever you want to do it, because with them, they made it seem like anything was possible. So say like, what do you want to do after high school? I tell them what I want to do. Oh, here's how you can do that. And not only do they tell you how, but they got connections. Like, I know I said something about wanting to invest in like stock and wanting to be a Forex trader, and they already had it on go for me to have like the connects to, if that was something I wanted to pursue, they have the people there to teach me stuff, and they actually traded in front of us. And it wasn't even like within their thing. They just like had me join this Zoom. They gave me the code to the Zoom. I joined the Zoom, and this dude was just teaching people. I don't know how they did it, but I was in there and I was learning. So yeah, Bloom has helped me overcome my fear of speaking out and speaking to people and speaking publicly. It was just amazing how it was. 'Cause if you would see me back then, you'd be like, yeah, he's a shy one. But now it's just like, I don't mind speaking my mind, or I don't mind letting people know how I feel or what it is. So, yeah. I would like to thank my grandmother and my mom and my cousin Arnetta. She's a part of the Bloom Project, and she's helped me like be really comfortable and helped me get to know all these kids. She's had me on college tours here at Purdue, and I got to live in the dorms over there. So I want to thank her for all the experience that I got, because if I would not have joined this, I would not have had any clue what I wanted to do after high school, or any clue what I could do after high school or into the future. So thank you.
My name is Everett Dixon. I'm 18 years old. I'm a senior at Lawrence North High School, and I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. My favorite thing to do probably is going around hanging out with friends or playing soccer. Me and my friends usually just text each other. Literally, it's like a last-minute thing as always. Playing soccer, going to each other's houses late at night, just going on some movies. Pretty basic stuff, but honestly enjoyable. I think my greatest accomplishment is being able to adapt to certain situations. This year I was injured as a soccer player, played for 3 years, really dedicated. In final year, got a really bad injury, said I was still able to play on it, had to make a tough decision, and I was still able to play. But for the majority of the year, I was a player coach. But I honestly think that being able to coach was a great opportunity because it got to let me see the other side of the sport that I love to, that I love to play and I love to do. It let me see the other side and learn some new things. And a perfect day for me would probably be just probably chilling around with some friends, talking about life. The majority of things that we do, it's just kind of going around life, just having fun. We don't really have a certain direction with things that we do. We just kind of like to go things as we go ahead, just go with the flow of things. Whether it be we go over someone's house and next 10 minutes, hey, you guys want to go to the mall? You guys want to go somewhere? And honestly, that's the perfect day for me. It's just going with the flow with the people that you enjoy the most. So my aspiration is to be a aerospace engineer, starting off as a mechanical engineer. Mechanical engineering allows me to get that broad perspective on engineering as a whole. And that way it's easier to go into the field, and then as I grow up and learn new things, I would go back to school and try to be an aerospace engineer and get that master's degree in aerospace engineering. Work for a company like Boeing and those big companies that that make these huge things, make big differences around the world. To that, or even playing soccer, my favorite sport. I enjoy playing that. Even playing that, with Indy 11 or with another team, in this nation would be amazing. So I've been in the Bloom Project for 2 years, but I've known Miss Arnetta for so long. She's always just pushed me to do more things. She's always included me in these events. Like even when I wasn't part of Bloom, she always told me and my mother and my brother that, hey, I have this event going on with the Bloom Project. I would really enjoy if you guys come. And honestly, we, in 2 years, decided to just finally hit the button and say, let's get involved. And ever since then, we've been fully involved, going back to these meetings, Zoom meetings, even going on to Purdue Fort Wayne on a campus for a weekend. Really nice. Honestly, I learned so many new experiences from Bloom. Like how to organize myself, how to take care, what to prioritize and everything like that. It's a brand new eye-opening experience saying, hey, this is what college is like. You gotta wake up in the morning, do all this stuff. We did calculus 2 with physics, and honestly, I was like, calculus is right now is hard. This is easy. Calc 2 is easier, but it just gave me a kind of wake-up call of what college was gonna be like. Best conversation I think I've had was probably a one-on-one conversation with the mentor, Sean. Really opened up my eyes saying, hey, you just gotta go with the flow of life. And it was probably the best conversation I've had with someone that's a mentor, because just opened up my eyes saying, hey, going with the flow isn't not a bad thing. Everyone says going with the plan. If you don't have a plan, you're failing. But if you're going in with the flow, you're just kind of adapting as you go. And that's not a bad thing, because you're learning to adapt to certain situations, whether they be good or bad. Failing is not necessarily failing all the time. Failing is a learning process. Now, if you make the same mistake over and over and over again, that's just, you gotta fix it. Failing one time, learning from your mistake, doing it a different way, you just gotta keep doing that, because in life you're gonna fail, you're gonna keep falling. But as long as you have those people there to help you and change the way that you're doing things so you can become more successful, that's not failing, that's adaptability and improving yourself. So to someone that's interested in the program, I just say shoot the gun, join it. Honestly, probably one of the best programs I've ever been in. Gave me a lot of opportunities and a lot of experiences that I can share with others and say, hey, I learned something from this program thanks to this opportunity. And just, it's an amazing program. You just gotta join it to figure out what it's all about. The Bloom Project has definitely helped me overcome a lot of things. It's helped me overcome my fear of just not getting to know people in a social environment. Because when I first joined, everybody was talking and chattering. I was like over there in the corner with my brother being like, you can go do your own thing, just nudging him. So I was like, then that way I could just kind of be by myself and chill out and chill in the back. But eventually started talking to some more people, and it's just like, I really got to put myself out there and talk to other people and see what they're doing with their lives. Because like, you know, we could have the same aspirations and, you know, we'd be on the same track going to the same school, and we never know. They're literally like right down the street from us. It's just helped me to know that there's so many other people like me willing to just openly communicate and what they want to do with their lives. And so we were able to construct a plan off of that. First and foremost, I think my mom, my older brother, my Gigi, my two best friends, my girlfriend, literally they've just been always there for me no matter what, literally since day one. Been playing soccer with them, been hanging out with each other because we were the only two kids who like really connected on a deep level. And even just emotional support, always talking me through things, always checking up on me, making sure I'm doing well. They've always been my foundation, and they've always helped me improve and being a better, you know, being a better person.
Hi, my name is Dion Blake. I'm 17 years old and I attend Pike High School in Indianapolis, Indiana. My favorite thing to do in Indianapolis, that would be to attend the Indy 500. I go with my mother almost every year. There's only been like a handful of years that I haven't attended. My greatest accomplishment to me would probably be getting a scholarship to go to IU, honestly, because that's setting up for my future. So I would say that would be my greatest accomplishment. About myself, I enjoy playing sports, so that would be tennis and basketball. I enjoy playing video games with my friends, and I just enjoy hanging out with friends. A perfect day in my world would be to be able to wake up, play games with my friends, and then hang out with some of my best friends who are close by with me. My aspirations after graduation is to go to college for at least 4 years, studying in the major that I enjoy, and then graduating and having a successful career. I've been in the Bloom Project for 4 years. My favorite activity in the Bloom Project would be community service projects that we do for the community. The Bloom Project has helped me grow, I'd say, in terms of helping others and knowing when others need help. It's helped me grow as a man, and a young black man in the community, helping me know how to act and also how to help others. Yes, Bloom has helped me overcome a lot of things, personally, maybe even a time of grief for me, because I realized I haven't had a father figure growing up, and Bloom has helped me through a lot of things and given me advice and stuff that a father figure would give something to their child. If someone was interested in the Bloom Project, I'd tell them, don't even hesitate in thinking of joining. Go ahead and join. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. It was an amazing experience for me. Last words, I would have to thank my mother for originally signing me up for this program. No regrets, and I enjoyed the program. And I'd like to thank Miss Arnetta for helping everyone through this program.
My name is Faison Alston. I'm 17 years old and I'm a senior at Leo Junior Senior High School, and I live in Fort Wayne, Indiana. My favorite thing to do in Fort Wayne, honestly, is probably to just walk around and go downtown, ride my bike, go with some friends, just like enjoy the scenery outside, because like it may not look like it in some areas of Fort Wayne, but there's a lot of like really good like sightseeing areas that are just like good areas to just be outside. It's good to just get out. That's my favorite thing to do. My greatest accomplishment is probably just going out and doing things that I normally wouldn't think about doing, because there's a lot of things I like thought about doing, obviously, and like, you know, things have been brought up to me, and usually I tend to shut down those ideas. But a lot recently I've been actually taking people up on their offers to get more experience and things like that, and I'm really proud of myself for doing things like that, because it allowed me to do stuff like right now. I actually mentor a little kid. Never thought I'd actually do that. Yeah, I actually went out, and as soon as I did that, I'm enjoying it 100%, and benefits and everything. It's great. Ever since like growing up and things like that in Fort Wayne, I've played a lot of sports. I've been in track, basketball, football, and those have mainly been my top three all the way up until high school. And in high school, I actually just stopped playing sports in general. I didn't stop working out and things like that. I just stopped playing sports because I didn't want it to be my main career. And I figured out my main career, what I wanted to do, which is architecture and like construction, engineering, in those three fields. So I started investing a lot of time in those, and I've been really enjoying it. And another thing I like to do is I like to cook. I want to also minor in culinary arts when I make it to college. So, and my job right now is coincidentally a chef. So I'm already getting there. A perfect day in my world would be to wake up fairly early, maybe around like 8, 9 o'clock at the latest. And first thing you got to do is get a bowl of cereal for sure. I love cereal, man. It's just a perfect day starter. Maybe a cup of coffee if I'm really feeling like it, but bowl of cereal is really where it's at. And after that, I'll probably go in my garage and like work out for maybe like an hour, hour and a half for a little bit. Go back upstairs, take a shower, and then I have the entire day at my disposal. If I have some homework, I definitely start that first. And if not, I might just play some video games a little bit, but I usually don't like staying on them that long anymore. So usually when I get on, I try to get my friends to say, hey, y'all want to do something today? Like, go outside, let's go do something. And usually they're like, yeah, let's go do something fun. And we'll leave, and I'll be back later that evening, maybe come home, eat some dinner, maybe cook some dinner for my family, and yeah, just relax the rest of the night. That's a perfect day for me. After graduation, I plan on going to college, and my first college I actually want to go to right now, that's at the top of my list, is probably just Ivy Tech to start out, because I want to get all my general courses and things done and, you know, save money along the way to get more scholarships, things like that. But eventually I want to move up to a higher level college, maybe Ball State, or if I find some other college that has a good architectural program, join that for the rest of my college life, and basically grow up and become an architect, get into civil engineering a little bit too. And yeah, those are my plans. I've been in the Bloom Project since 6th grade in middle school, so it's been a long time, about 6-7 years. Like, I went to a Bloom Project event, I was like, oh, this is what this program's about. And my mom got me into it, and she got me and my brother both in it. My brother's 3 years older than I am, and he already graduated and went through all these processes and things like that. I crowned him when he became king and stuff like that, so that was pretty cool. And man, getting into Bloom Project, it was just phenomenal, because like when my mom brought it up to me and my brother, she's like, oh, you guys are going to this, and we were just like, man, it's another thing that we have to deal with. Oh, I don't want to do this, blah 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 blah. But it was great there, like super welcoming, and like they didn't leave us out at all. Great conversations and like really good notes that me and my brother took there, so we've been there ever since. My favorite activity and conversation would probably include something along the lines of mental health, because mental health is extremely important, and people usually don't think about, they're always thinking about their physical health, but they never really think about like the mental aspect of it, and that's like sometimes even more important than your physical health. And it could be like very damaging if, like, you know, something's going on, you just don't confront it, or you think it's not bothering you, things like that. So I really like it when we sit down to have these deep conversations about what's really going on in people's lives and like their inner thoughts and how they think about situations and how they're dealing with them, because how you deal with the situation is just vital to solving like the problem that you're having with that too. And I just think that's super important. The Bloom Project has helped me grow by basically feeding me constant information about like the outside world that I usually wouldn't just pick up in a classroom. Like, they teach you things in school to like help you get around and figure out what you really want to do with your life, but Bloom Project really guides you on a narrow path of, okay, what do you really want to do and how are we going to get you there? And they always let you know that they're there to help you get there no matter what. And through Bloom Project, I've like had a lot of connections with people. I've gotten like internships and many scholarships. They really helped out a lot. If someone was interested in joining the Bloom Project, I would definitely tell them to bring a notebook, because the information you learn there is just vital information that you're really not going to hear in many other places throughout your life pretty much. So it'll just be really helpful if you write that stuff down, remember it, do whatever it takes to really take in that information, because they could give you the information, but it's up to you whether or not you want to listen to it or not and really do something with that information. Bloom Project has definitely helped me overcome a lot, ranging from school to friendships to connections to just communication in general. It's a really broad spectrum of things that they really like brought together and really like just teach you about, and they teach you about the importance of certain things that you normally wouldn't find that important. So a good piece of advice that I received was to basically take everything one step at a time, because you might have a lot going on in your life, with like, family, school, like extracurriculars, whatever you got going on. And that tends to overwhelm people a lot of the times, but you really want to sit down, relax a little bit, and just do one thing at a time, because if you don't do one thing at a time, you're just going to get overwhelmed and upset at yourself and things like that. But slow and steady wins the race. I definitely want to thank Miss Shajada Wright and Miss Arnetta Scruggs for inviting me into such a great program that's helped me come such a long way with my character and things like that. I also want to thank my brothers, because I'm the youngest one in my family, and all my brothers have been excellent role models my entire life. And I definitely want to thank my mom and dad, because my mom has been with me since day one, and so has my dad. And my dad is just teaching me a lot of things because not a lot of people have met my dad before, but he's he's out in the community, even though he lives like a state over, I see him walk around, talk to everybody, everyone know, oh yeah, that's Larry Alston. I'm like, Dad, how do you know so many people? He's like, connections. You just gotta talk to the right people and become friends with people and things like that. So he's taught me a lot. My mom has definitely taught me a lot. They both push me to my limits and push me to do my best no matter what circumstances I put out there. And I really just appreciate both of them with all my heart.
Those were amazing. I'm sitting back and reflecting on all of those videos, and it isn't clear to me that these are senior high school. Clearly, they're 30. In any event, we will now prepare for our parent acknowledgement presentations. All right, now we will have a letter or letters from Mr. Davion Stokes. Mama, this world is filled with lots of bad things. This world can be extremely cruel. Therefore, everyone needs someone who can comfort and make the hard times a lot easier. That's why I wrote this letter from my mom. Mom, despite any dispute we've ever had, you have done a great job as a mother. Not just you being a friend when I needed one, but also disciplining or correcting my actions when it was truly needed. Thank you for everything. Love, Davion. Grandma, like I've said before, this world is filled with cruelty. Without being led in the right direction, I would most definitely be lost out here. I wouldn't be the man I am today, and I'd be lost and uneducated. This letter goes out to my grandmother. My grandmother is the reason I joined the Bloom Project. She told me to go to the YMCA one day and tell them I am here for Bloom. Ever since that day, I've been growing and learning more, not just as a citizen, but a man. Without my grandmother, there's no way I would be this successful. She has supplied me with a ride wherever I needed to go, and she supplied me with $1 whenever I needed it. Thank you, Grandma, for everything. Thanks to you and my mom, I will be an unstoppable force of positivity. Love, Davion.
Next, we have a letter from Everall Royal Dixon. Dear Mom, I know we always don't get along, but thank you for everything you have done for me. I know it isn't easy raising someone who doesn't like to listen or is indecisive, but you did a good job. And though it seems like you get mad more times than often, I thank you for always showing me love when you've had a rough day. Moms, we know what rough days feel like. You've always given me the opportunity to be great and put me in programs to put me in great positions. I enjoy making jokes with you, even if they may be a little more than what you expected, but we always have a great time telling jokes to each other, even when we're mad at each other, even yelling at Kingston about his cleats. For everything, through everything, thank you for everything. You always had my back no matter what, and I appreciate you for that. Love, Everall.
Ooh. Y'all about to get me.
I know.
Next, we will have a letter from the future Hoosier, Dion Blake, and directed toward his mother, Jacqueline Robertson. Dear Mommy, your life has always revolved around me and all the things that make me happy. You have taken care of me and always encouraged me to be my best self. You are the reason I am who I am today. Thank you for all the little and not so little things you have done for me, like taking me on trips to places not every kid could go to. There are a trillion other things I need to thank you for, such as putting up with me through the good times and the bad times, and many other things I can't list right now, but I want to say thank you for all of them. Also, thank you for signing me up for the Bloom Project. Your loving son, Dion. Next, we'll have a letter from Faison Austin directed toward his mother, Destiny Howard. Dear Mom, you are the best mom in the entire world. No matter what we are going through, at the moment you were always there to comfort me and my brother. Your presence became the sun in a cloudy environment, always bringing smiles to the faces of those around you. You are the most intelligent, powerful woman I know, constantly teaching me how to navigate this unknown world and guiding me to ultimate success and everlasting happiness. There were many times I would be combative and disrespectful towards you, but that never kept you away from me. And you always made sure I learned something from every hurdle I would do. No matter how many times it would take, whether out on the football field or in a school classroom, you have always pushed me to be the greatest limits, to my greatest limits, and made sure that no matter what I am doing, I put effort into it and always own up to and fix my mistakes. If I was having a bad day, you would be able to tell me before I would speak to you. You'd be able to tell before I would speak to you, and there isn't a single time you didn't ask me what was wrong. You would always tell me to walk everywhere with a smile on my face. Whenever a problem was really getting to my head, you always told me to keep a calm composure and not let that problem ruin my day or week. Life goes on, and so should we. You always made sure that my mindset was in the right place and that my goals were not only getting reached, but also surpassing my expectations. I've hit many hurdles in my life, and there are many more to come, but I am not afraid of them. I know you will be there for me. I know you will pick me up if I don't pick myself up. I know that you would do everything in your power to get me where I want to be. I think the hardest, most impossible thing I will have to ever do is to repay you for your gratitude, hospitality, happiness, and vast knowledge that you have placed in me since I was little. Beyond one of your sons, I cannot wait. Being one of your sons, I cannot wait to see the bright future that I've been gracefully guided to. I love you with all my heart, but I know you love me so much more than I can possibly imagine. We will now move into the crowning ceremony. First up, we have Davion Stokes, who will be crowned by Dejan Ware. Dear Mr. Davion Stokes, first things first, I would like to shout a hearty congratulations to you for receiving this honor. If we were in person, you know I would give you a fist bump, a huge hug, and a pat on the back. You are hardworking, dedicated, and talented, truly deserving of this special recognition and so much more. Over the past year and a half, I have seen you navigate out of the challenges, choosing to address the problems you could fix and accept the reality of your situation. I have seen you grab opportunities that steer you toward positive social impact, professional growth, financial independence, and academic success. I have seen you grow more and more winsome and charming, which are gifts that will help build and strengthen your network. With all that I've witnessed, I am convinced you will continue to make a great impact on the world and go far beyond your potential. Thank you for choosing to connect with me and the other caring adults of the City Life Center as we spur you on toward Indigenous leadership. Thank you for committing to the Bloom Project as they fortify your leadership preparation. Thank you for giving me a voice in your life to inspire you and for the space to share my heart. May this moment be added to your highlight reel as it marks just how much of a leader you already are in this community. P.S. Remember to close all those extra open tabs because y'all already know you're not using them. Love and blessings written by Mrs. Alexia Martin. We now crown you king. Next, we will have Mr. Everill Dixon, crowned by Kingston Dixon. I am very honored to write this letter for my nemesis, Everill Dixon. I felt like I was the best when it came to physical activities, and along came this young teenager that was determined to disrupt my sports happiness. Ooh. Nemesis was known to punish excessive pride, evil deeds, undeserved happiness, and gain. Yep, that was Everill. He was faster, could jump higher, and just when I thought I was going to score a point or get the victory, he would be there to stop my success. I love this guy because he makes me want to prepare more to be better. My name is Dr. Lars E. Rasko III, and I specialize in educational leadership and the transformation of boys becoming young men. I officially met Everill in 2016. He has been the highlight of our program. Everill's personality and drive is all about his ability to strive for excellence and to reach his full potential. He is articulate, bright, creative, coachable, friendly, intelligent, pliable, and understands humility, gratitude, and the characteristic of what a servant leader looks like. I believe he truly follows the example of Christ. Everill Dixon is the agenda our Boys to Men program has been working to foster and develop. Everill can always do better with his grades, right, Mom and Dad? But it appears that with everything that Everill touches, it turns golden. Everill was always at the top of our list to experience various opportunities, including Tuesday and Friday night sessions, our community service events, and our educational opportunities. Everill received his lifetime membership in 8th grade, which allowed him to participate in out-of-state and in-state college tours and other excursions. During his time in Boys to Men, he has visited more than 20 universities and colleges and was able to be a part of a Nicaragua mission trips. I've had the pleasure of watching Everill transform into a great young man. I envision young men like Everill Dixon making our community better because they will be well educated, have successful careers, and be able to support family and community. Mom and Dad have put in a lot of work to get Everill to this success in his life. Everill is awesome because he has allowed his parents to show him the way. The programs that Everill participates in are better because of him. This is what a leader does, and Everill does it well. I will always be pleased to call him my nemesis. As he moves to college, I thought I was finally going to win. I thought I was going to have a chance at victory. And then his brother showed up. Written by Dr. Lars Rasko. We now crown you king. Next, we have Dion, who will be crowned by Mr. Devin Mahone. Dear Dion, you are an exceptional young man, and I am excited to see how your life unfolds in the years to come. When we first met about 5 years ago, as Will joined Troop 56, you were pretty quiet and a complete mystery to me. While there is still much I do not know about you, I am so impressed by and proud of what I do know. So please take my words to heart and own our hopes for you. Life is full of both adversity and uncertainty. However, I believe you have the strength of character to overcome what may stand in your way. Though I was not with you for your Philmont trek, you have spoken about it with pride, and others have said how much they admired your attitude and strength. Philmont is a rite of passage, a challenging ordeal that shapes your journey from being a boy to becoming a man. Furthermore, adversity reveals character. If you want to truly know who someone is, you will learn much more about them at their lowest point than at their highest. And I am proud of what I see in you as you have grappled with and overcome adversity. It is not easy to face adversity and uncertainty in the moment or act with integrity and compassion in a challenging circumstance. But it is even more difficult to consistently do so day after day. Nevertheless, I encourage you to do so. The foundation you have been building will eventually empower you to live a rich and meaningful life where you have the opportunity to positively change the lives of those with whom you interact, as well as our community and world. But that change only comes from persistently and consistently making one right choice after another. It can take significant time to see that difference, but believe me when I tell you that your actions matter. May the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord smile on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord show you his favor and give you peace. Numbers 6:24 through 26. I close this letter. I share the traditional Irish blessing to you. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. I am proud of the man that you already are and excited to see the man you will become. With our hopes and prayers, written by Mr. James Hamstra. We now crown you king. Next, we will have Mr. Faison, who will be crowned by Desmond Austin. Our young king, Mr. Faison. 2 years ago, a shy first grader named Enoch signed up to join the Brandon Foundation. His parents wrote down a list of goals for him and talked about what kind of mentor would be best for their son. When Miss Arnetta reached out to tell me she had a young man in mind to be a mentor to Enoch, we were all thrilled. The first week was dedicated to getting to know mentors and students, and at times, this can be a process of many weeks until mentors and mentees really start connecting. This was not the case for Enoch and Mr. Faison. They hit it off instantly. They bonded over both being new to the BF and laughed about the silliest things. Enoch's sense of humor and Faison's kind of demeanor was the perfect match. Although Faison was balancing work and school, he still remained committed to mentoring on a weekly basis. Within 3 months, Enoch joining our group, we could see a visible difference in his confidence. Faison is not your typical high school mentor. I knew that instantly after the first day when he greeted each adult mentor with a handshake. He made a point to talk to each mentor and really get to know them. Even now, after 2 years, Faison will walk Enoch out to his car and talk to his parents. You'd think he would then just get in his ride and go home, right? Nope. Faison walks back into the BF and helps clean up. He always asks me, is there anything I can do to help? Lastly, I can always tell the mark of a mentor who goes above and beyond to connect with their mentee so that they feel special and seen. This is what Faison has done for Enoch. He attended one of his track races so that Enoch could see him at the finish line. And he met him at the zoo during the summer when he hadn't seen him in a few weeks. He went beyond the typical requirement, not because he had to, but because he knew it would make Enoch smile. Mentorship can't be summed up in an easy description. It is uniquely designed for each partnership and woven together by a divine power who chose Faison for a boy named Enoch to show up weekly and love him well. I am proud of the young man that Faison is, and grateful for the time he has spent with our Enoch. Although we are sad to see him go, I am confident that the next chapter in his life will be one filled with blessing and favor. Congratulations, Faison. We believe in you, and you will always have a home and place at the Brandon Foundation. Written by Miss Kathy Smith. We now crown you king. Congratulations to all of our high school seniors. Let's give them a round of applause, a virtual round of applause. I don't know, we can't hear each other, but let's go ahead and clap it up for them. We will now introduce you to Dr. Joseph Williams Jr., who will tell you about our new scholarship program in honor of our former Bloom Project mentor, Mr. Gregory L. Stevens.
Hello, my name is Dr. Joseph Williams Jr. Gregory Stevens was my uncle as well as my esteemed fraternity brother of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Throughout his life, Brother Stevens was an advocate of education and community development by way of his time spent volunteering, mentoring, and challenging those around him to strive for advancement via educating themselves in a variety of ways, one being college. To continue his legacy, it is with pleasure to announce the 3 Gregory L. Stevens Memorial Scholarships. The first one, the high school scholarship. Applicants must be a graduating high school senior in a school district within Allen County in Indiana, must be of African American descent, must be planning to enroll full-time at Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana, must demonstrate scholastic potential and provide official high school transcripts, must provide a 2-page maximum typed, double-spaced essay on the following topics. Why is this scholarship important to you? And why are you attending Indiana University? This scholarship is open to both male and female students. The second, Indiana University Bloomington Scholarship. Applicants must be enrolled as a full-time student at Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana, must be of African American descent, must provide a 2-page maximum type, double-spaced essay on the following topics. Why is this scholarship important to you? What does leadership mean to you? This scholarship is open to male and female students. And lastly, the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Scholarship. Applicants must be a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, must be of African American descent, must reside in and be enrolled in a school in the state of Indiana, must provide a 2-page maximum type, double-spaced essay on the following essay topics. Why is this scholarship important to you? Why did you join Kappa Alpha Psi Incorporated? All applications are due by May 8, 2022 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and must be submitted with an application, typed essay, official transcript, and a headshot photo. Incomplete or late applications will not be accepted. Items can be sent electronically to bloomprojectinc@gmail.com, BLOOMPROJECTINC@gmail.com, or via mail to Bloom Project Inc., care of Gregory L. Stevens Memorial Scholarship, P.O. Box 68717, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46268. For more information, visit bloomprojectinc.org at www.bloomprojectinc.org. Thank you for your consideration, and we look forward to hearing from you.
We will now highlight our Bloom Project Kings. King Jakaj Rich is very assertive and answers when called on. He has become much more outspoken. He is learning that he is his own voice. He may not be a full leader now, but before the end of the year, he will definitely step up into that role. King Jakaj is a jack of all trades. He's helpful, smart, and friendly. He's a leader, and because he doesn't mind stepping up when needed, Jakaj shows that he is a responsible young king that can help motivate others.
King Dazon Ware has good participation and consistency. Dazon is a young king of value and humility. He is a leader because he is kind and respectful young man who strives to be better. He comes to the Project King faithfully every month, ready to participate. He steps up and assists his community. He is very active in the Bloom Project and a champion.
I know that's right. King Evero is very intelligent and articulate and has a lot of feedback and knowledge to provide to our activities. We're extremely proud of him. He stepped into the program and took advantage of the resources Bloom Project offers. He is a great leader of excellence for his younger brother, Kingston.
King Alexander always has input and puts forth a strong effort to be involved. He shows great courage. Alex began to blossom at each session he attended. He came back better and better. He is tapping into his superpowers as a king.
Drew has been very consistent and doesn't shy away from sharing his opinion. Drew is a genuine, lighthearted king with confidence out of this world. He has been vocal and has demonstrated his leadership traits.
We'll now highlight our Rookie of the Year award recipient. Jacob has always been open and never been afraid to share what's on his mind. He makes sure to participate. He is very mature for his age and provides a unique, thoughtful, and many times deep and introspective perspective on topics. Jacob was introduced to the Bloom Project in 2021 at the PFW Summer College Experience in Fort Wayne. His growth and maturity process has been tremendous. He's always expresses himself with grace and poise.
We will now like to acknowledge our King of the Year. This king is a sophomore at Pike High School. He has grown in confidence and makes an effort to provide his perspective. He has come out his shy shell and flourished in Project King workshops. He is a leader in showing the initiative to step up and take action. He comes to the Project King workshops every month, willing and ready to participate. We are proud of him stepping up and being more vocal. He is definitely my most improved king. This king will be awarded $500 to be given upon his high school graduation. Announcing our Bloom Project King of the Year, and just for clarification, the previous name was our last year's King of the Year. But as we announce this first Bloom Project King of the Year, we'll allow our tech folks to get his slide prepared. And as you can see, it's before you now. It is our king, Devin Mahone.
And now we will hear from our fearless leader at Radio 1 Indianapolis, Regional Vice President and General Manager, Dion Livingston, who is also a Bloom Project supporter.
Hello, my name is Dion Livingston. I'm the Regional Vice President and General Manager for the stations of Radio 1 in Indianapolis. Those stations are Hot 96, WTLC AM and FM, Radio Now, La Grande, and our Telemundo television station. I am a proud supporter of the Bloom Project. I love what they do as far as mentoring and providing scholarships to young men. One of the biggest battles and one of the biggest ways to move forward in society and to move forward in general is education. And you need that education. The difference of having a high school degree and having a college degree can be $1 million in somebody's lifetime. So I ask you to think about your kids, the kids that you know, kids you may mentor, kids that, and I shouldn't say kids, I should say young men that you may know, young men that you may mentor, and think about their future and what the Bloom Project is doing as far as providing strong role models and mentors to them and providing scholarships. So I'm asking you to dig deep. It may be $5, it may be $10, it may be $20, it may be $5,000, it may be $10,000. Because what everybody can give is different. And I'm just asking you to give something. So please give something to the Bloom Project today. And you see the great work that it's doing. You see how it's changing lives and putting young men in a path to succeed. So dig deep. And like I said, if you showed up with your wallet, your purse, your Apple Pay, whatever you got close to you, it may be 5, it may be 10, it may be 100, it may be 1,000, it may be 5,000, but give something today. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Thank you, Dion, for believing in the Bloom Project. Thank you to all of our gentlemen's level sponsors, Donna Forbes, Dr. Emery Butler, Eric and Erica Saunders, Jeff Howell, Larry Stevens, Marcelo Robinson, Ormond C. Miles, Ravina Green, Robert Marshall Jr., and Venemia Cooper. We will now have a testimonial of Jordan Bridges, former Bloom Project Fort Wayne alumni 2017, who now serves as Talent Acquisition Specialist of Sweetwater.
Good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, either works, but my name is Jordan Bridges. I am 23 now. I graduated in 2017 from high school. I joined Bloom Project when I was a sophomore in high school. And I currently work at Sweetwater Sound. I am a recruiter. My degree is in HR. I graduated from Purdue University in 2021. And I'm in my second year here at Sweetwater as I was an intern in 2020. So probably wondering, why am I talking to you today, right? I'm a product of the process. I am a firm believer that when you make intentional investments into the lives of young people, you see intentional results, right? And I can tell you firsthand that I've been impacted greatly from being a member of the Bloom Project, and I'm seeing the fruits of those investments today. I'm the first new grad ever to work in HR at Sweetwater. And I can definitely identify where some of those differences were made in my upcoming, and Bloom Project is one of those things. And of course, when you have a project or a program like this one that runs on the investment of others, that's where you all come in. And I would love to continue to see students given the opportunity that I was given. And the only way that we can do that is by having people who are bought into the process and who get it. And hopefully I'm talking to some of those people today. So if you haven't had the chance to give back to a program like this is your opportunity to play a small part in making the difference for someone else's life, especially when you say that the youth are our future. And I don't know about you all, but if that statement is true, I want to make sure that I'm helping set up the future. And this is one of those ways. So I know I'm still young too, but and I've got plenty of people investing in me still. But hey, you reach back to give back, and I hope that you all are inspired. Congratulations to all of the Kings who are graduating. This is a big accomplishment. It's my expectation that each and every one of you will go on and do great things and continue to make the Bloom Project family proud. And hopefully you all will become a proud alumni as well, and have the opportunity to maybe do what I'm doing and speak to the next generation of Kings and potential donors too. So thank you everyone for taking the time to listen to my small part in a big play today. And I hope that you all are inspired to give.
Thank you so much, Jordan, for providing insight on our why. We'll now hear from our Fort Wayne Site Operations Director, Ms. Sajada Wright.
Hi, thank you, everybody. My name is Sajada Wright, and I am the Fort Wayne Site Operations Director. I've been with Bloom Project since 2015, 2016. And my why is because of my son. And I tell the story all the time, but it's my truth. Miss Arnetta took my son to a King's Feast here in Fort Wayne before Bloom Project Fort Wayne started. And if you knew my son back then, you would know that he was just not a talkative person. But after that event, he asked over and over again, so is there something like this coming to Fort Wayne? Are we doing this? And I've known Arnetta since I moved to Fort Wayne in 7th grade. So her and I talked a lot about bringing this program to Fort Wayne. And I'm beyond thankful to be here in Fort Wayne with Bloom Project and to see all of the growth of all of the young men today and previously. I would also now like to acknowledge our Bloom Project volunteer staff, Stephen Rollins, Project King Director, Ron Gilbert, Roy Mentality Director, Sean Washington and Earl Mason, Project King Coordinators, Tevin Byers and Chris Rollins, Roy Mentality Coordinators, and Shahana Soper, Program Coordinator. We would like to also acknowledge our master sponsors for our 2021 and 2022 program year. 2021 Council District Crime Prevention Grants Program Round 2, District 1, the African American Legacy Fund, Central Indiana Racial Equity Fund, a fund of Central Indiana Community Foundation, Follinger Foundation, Inc., Honda Manufacturing of Indiana, Lilly Endowment, Meyer, and Wingstop. We would like to acknowledge our community partners for 2021 and 2022, the Adam Blakely Foundation, Allison Small, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Indiana, Bigger Than Us, also known as BTU, Boys and Girls Club of Indianapolis, Boys to Men, Inc., City of Hope Community Church, Dominic Dorsey, Faber Card Glick Neighborhood Center, Fort Wayne Ink Spot, Indianapolis Recorder, Journal Gazette, King Dub Photography and Design, Michelle Sadler, New Boy, Purdue University Fort Wayne, Radio 1 Urban 1, Renaissance YMCA, Sincere Catering Events, Voices Corp, Warren Township Schools. I would also like to ask that if you or someone you know in Fort Wayne are interested in being a volunteer or mentor, please private message me tonight in the group chat or email me at sajada.bloomprojectinc@gmail.com. We will now hear from our executive director, Ms. Arnetta Scruggs, who will give our closing remarks. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Thank you, Sajada.
You're
Great
welcome.
job. Thank you to our program partners, our amazing co-host, Miss Karen Vine, my sister, and Ron Gilbert, my brother. Can we give them a virtual round of applause? Thank you to Brandon Randall for giving me the purpose of the occasion. Thank you to my brother, Dr. Joseph Williams Jr., for sharing information about our scholarship program. Thank you to Dion Livingston and Jordan Bridges for giving your testimonials on the organization and supporting the organization. Thank you to the best parents ever, the Bloom Project parents. And lastly, thank you to the Kings for creating a genuine brotherhood that you created by your commitment in the organization and in yourselves. I am proud of our 4 high school seniors. I look forward to watching you into your adult journey. Upon graduation, you will enter into the Bloom Evolution, which is our alumni association, which means you and your family will never get rid of us. We are family forever. I want to also thank our event sponsors, Janika McCracken, Natisa Woodard, Donna Forbes, Crystal J. Davis, Carolyn Byers, Crystal Givens, Barbara Ware, Anita Dowdell Webb, Brenda Dowdell, Sharon Turner, Maria Lewis, Peggy Stevens Williams, Diana Scruggs, Toya Scruggs, Beatty, Willard Stevens, Larry Stevens, Mark Robinson, Shanta Everhart, Veronica Stevens, Sharon Stevens, Nina Stevens, Dr. Joseph Williams Jr., Brian Stoffel, Lauren Stoffel, Jacqueline Roberson, Sharita Turner, Jamaro Johnson, Anaya Hanley, David Hall, Sherelle Theater, Mark Robinson, Tracy Cooper, Mr. Gardner, Gloria Holmes, Jennifer Jackson, Tiffany Gonzalez, Minnie Gray, Denise Neal, Judy Ramsey Lewis, Danita Casey, and Ruben Amy. We will also like to say thank you for coming, and we ask that you give to the Bloom Project, give to our why by visiting our website, which is www.bloomprojectinc.org/donate. We want to thank you, thank you, thank you. We will also like to thank our Bloom Project board members who are on the call today, our alumni and our advocates, again, to Ron, Brandon, Dion, Jordan, Joseph, to Louis Tuxedo Shop. If you look at our Kings, they look amazing, all the pictures. Thank you, Louis Tuxedo Shop, Indianapolis Recorder, again, for always just being a huge sponsor of the organization and every event that we have and promoting us. King Dub, our official photographer, our website designer and manager. Thank you, Drew Walker Sr., for just being amazing. Prolific Films. Thank you, Pastor Corey Jr. Y'all did an amazing job on the videos. Dab Designs, all of our flyers, official flyer designer, graphic designer, Dominique Dorsey, we appreciate you. Fort Wayne Ink Spot, MEI Tech Indy for all the tech needs, all of this. You got this, got this. Major 2 minor details. Sherelle, thank you for being my right hand, my left hand, my back, all of that good stuff. You did an amazing job today. And lastly, to Radio 1, for always just supporting us as an organization and really understanding the love of what we have for our Bloom. I call them my Bloom sons. This doesn't go anywhere, this legacy, and just really understanding the mission. I want to especially thank Karen for just me messaging you and you saying yes. So I appreciate that. And Ron, you already know where we are. The level of love that you have always shown Bloom Project with your busy schedule. You have always been there. So just having 2 celebrities lead this event today, I appreciate you both. And now I will turn it over to the celebrities of Indianapolis and the world, Karen Vaughn and Ron Gilbert. Thank you.
I'll let the real celebrity proceed. Miss Karen Vaughn, it was such a pleasure to be your co-host today.
We serve first. It's about serving and serving our community and doing what's right. And as we all see, when we all come together, great things happen. So thank you for having me. You can give me a call or a text or DM anytime, Arnetta. I'm here for you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Karen Vaughn. And as you've seen today, as you've heard today, and as you will see, mentoring changes lives. It truly can change the trajectory of someone's life. And we thank you for being here today. Now, we did see Sherelle post that donation page, that donation link in the chat. Go to that link and go ahead and donate to help change lives. It's bloomproject.org/donate. All right, from now, at this time, we will hear once more from our kings, and our seniors will deliver the Bloom Creed.
Good enough is not good enough.
Mediocrity is the enemy of excellence. I strive for excellence in everything I do. I will set the example.
For my family, for my real friends,
and for my community, I will claim my crown. Because
I am a king.
Because I am a king.
Because I am a king.
Because I am a king.
A king of the Bloom Project.
A king of the Bloom Project.
A king of the Bloom Project.
A king of the Bloom Project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.